Yo, what's good with y'all, man? It is LST Court, man. If you do not know me, my name is Courtland. I am a six-figure, 22-year-old brand owner. All right, looking to continue to grow my brand and also empower you all with free education and knowledge, man. We are on the first, hey, we are on the first YouTube video, man. This is a crazy moment because I've been supposed to start a YouTube, bro. And I've been slacking, but we not slacking no more, bro. I'm posting, bro. If not daily, every other day, bro. I'm on here. I'm posting. We active, bro. I'm here. I'm here. So yeah, man. Um, it's gonna be an exciting journey, bro. I'm super excited to get into the YouTube side of things, man. I've been posting heavy on TikTok recently. Been posting heavy on Instagram, and a lot of people have been requesting the YouTube, man. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's time, bro. It's time to do it. It's time to it's time to sit down, man, with the YouTube family and start to build that. So that's what we on, bro. We about to start building the YouTube up. Like I said, man, for those who don't know me, my name is Cortland, bro. I started in the clothing space about 3.5 years ago. I've been in e-commerce since I was like 16, 17 years old. And so it's definitely been a long journey. But nonetheless, we here. We here. You feel me? So I've been growing all of my brands faceless. A lot of people probably don't even know the brands that I own. But I've been growing my brands faceless. All my businesses have been faceless. I've never been like huge on the internet, just posting, content and anything like that. But now I'm in a phase where I've seen great results. I'm continuing to, look to see great results. And I want to be able to help people, bro. I want to be able to provide people with useful knowledge, man. I see a lot out here. A lot of people are out here giving, fake game, bro. Or, they've been in the space for like 6 months and now they like mentors. And so I want to get on here, man, and get y'all the real, man. I want to make sure that I'm providing y'all with real, genuine game on how not only to make money, but how to, build a long-term business, which, I'm working on doing, but things that I'm learning and things that I've made mistakes with, I want to be able to give to y'all, man. So today, this first video, I'm gonna give y'all a backstory. I'm gonna do a little bit of a story time on just how I got started with clothing. Just to kind of give you guys some inspiration if you started at similar points. And then I'm gonna go into the best methods or the best approach to getting into the clothing space going into 2025. So yeah, man, I got a lot to cover. I don't want to take too much of your time or make this video too long. So we're gonna get right into it, man. So I'm gonna kind of walk around with this too, just to so it doesn't get boring. I want to kind of make these as interactive as possible. But all right, cool, man. So how I got into the space originally, it's been a journey, bro. It's been a crazy journey. When I was 18 years old, man, I was in college. I was playing football, and I was studying engineering, architectural engineering, and bro, I was just like, all my life I've always questioned why, like why certain things. And so it's like I used to be young, bro, and my mom would be at work all day. And then like, like when bills and stuff came or like, like I could just always tell that times were hard. And I would be like, well, how does my mom work so much, but we still like are barely, you feel me, like getting by. And so I always was already having like this entrepreneur mindset, like, well, I don't want to work that much and then still be getting by. So like I have to figure something else out, right? Like getting that type of job obviously isn't what I need to be doing. But at that time I was a kid. So I'm not knowing entrepreneurship heavily, but I started doing my research and I started studying different things. And yeah, bro, I started to pick up, I started to pick up business. I started to educate myself on, things like drop shipping when it was really high and, understanding like trading at a real young age. But I never really got into it. I wasn't able to because I was so young at that time. But anyways, fast forward. So, that all led up to like me going to college. And so my goal has always just been to be able to take care of my family. So when I was playing sports, my goal was to be able to, obviously, like everybody else was, go to the league, right? It's like I played sports since I was 4 years old. That's all I really knew. And so I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm gonna take this skill and use this to take care of my family. But all I wanted was just the financial freedom to be able to take care of my people. And so yeah, I'm like, all right, well, try to go to the league, I guess. But I never had like this burning desire, or love. I love football and I still love it, but it was never like this burning desire, like these visions that I would have about like me being in NFL. I just didn't see it in my future. Um, and so once I, got to high school and then I ended up, obviously getting like some small little offers from some NAIAs and stuff like that. I ended up going to college. I mean, that was the only thing that I really, knew that was like, the right thing to do. So I didn't want to, but I ended up going to college. Went to college for a semester, and I never forget. I came back home. I was talking with some of my homies. We were all talking about moving to California. It was probably like five of us. We were all talking about moving to California. And at that time, it was just an idea. We had a little group chat, you know what I'm saying? And they were like, I mean, if you're serious about it, bro, I mean, you're going to have to leave school. And I'm like, I'll leave, like I'm done, bro. Like I'm not happy there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going to school, I was going to classes, I was going to practice, and I just could see myself going down like this path that I didn't want to go down. I was smoking a lot, I'm drinking like with all my free time, trying to just like, blur myself out of like me knowing that I'm going down this path that I know is not right for me. And so I was kind of like sabotaging myself. And when I went back home, I'm like, bro, I can't do that for 4 years. Like, that is not gonna end well. And so I'm like, yeah, bro, like I can't go back. And so yeah, I'm like, all right, well, cool. I'm not going. I'm not going back, bro. I'm not going back. And so I never forget, bro. I was cause when I came back home for break, we were home for like some spring break or something or winter break or whatever. And when I came back home for break, I was sleeping. It's that picture on my Instagram. I was sleeping in my pop's basement, and it wasn't supposed to be a long term thing. It was only supposed to be like a little momentary thing, and that's why I was kind of in the basement. And we had a house, but all the rooms were occupied. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a room and stuff, and so I just took the basement. It wasn't nothing crazy. And so yeah, I was sleeping in the basement. I was sleeping on that mattress on the floor, and I never forget. My dad came downstairs, and just talking to me, coming in, checking on me, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, Dad, like this. Now, mind you, this is after the first semester, so for them to be mad at me is understandable. But I'm on a partial scholarship. Like I said, I'm going to school for engineering. The season hadn't even started yet. I didn't even really give it a chance to start. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, I'm not going back. Like, I don't want to go back. Like I'm dropping out. And he kind of looked at me like, like what? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm 18. And he like, you don't know what you're saying? Like, he like, nigga, you going back. You going back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, like, I'm not going back. Like, my mind made up. I'm not going back. He was almost ready to like work with me. Like, he's ready to fight. And yeah, bro, that really like, and I love my dad. Me and my dad we have a great relationship, but that really like lit like that was like one of the first things that like really lit a fire, because like dang, like like everybody, and it was out of love. It's out of love, but I started to notice like ever since that day on me making that decision, like he like, because he's pretty much like, well, what are you planning on doing? And then I tell him I'm planning on moving to California, and instantly it's like, like he's like, bro, you're tripping, like you crashing out. You know what I'm saying? So everybody around me, bro, is like, you're crashing out. Like everybody is like looking at me and saying to me, like, it was like silence, but like, everything doesn't have to be said. So, some silence is not always good silence. So from the silence of my the people around me and like just people that I would tell, it was like this silence of like, what is he talking about? Which is understandable. I was 18 years old. But yeah, bro, I made the decision to move to California, drop out of college. And the reason I did that was because I was comfortable in college, and I realized, and I was watching, just watching certain videos and stuff, and I realized that for the heights that I'm trying to reach, I couldn't be comfortable. I had to experience more life, and I had to experience it fast, so I can make it, my mistakes faster, and I can learn from them faster, so I can see results faster. So I had to speed up my learning process. I wanted to fail. My goal was to go in and learn as much as possible, and quote unquote, what most people call it, fail. But I was never gonna quit. So it was all gonna be learning for me. And so I said, all right, cool. I'm moving to Cali. Moved to Cali. Me and one of my closest friends. Like I said, it was a group of us that was supposed to move. Only two of us ended up moving. Um, and he didn't end up going to college. And so we dipped, bro. We dipped um, to Cali, 38-hour drive all the way from Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Drove all the way to California, 38 hours. Me, him. Well, I sold my car. We in a Mustang. We in a Mustang coupe. You know what I'm saying? With a pit bull in the back seat of it, and drove all the way there, bro. Stopping there, in different states, and it was a crazy journey. It was amazing. It was beautiful to see everything, and yeah, man, like we got to Cali and we didn't have no plan. And you know what I'm saying? Like we were just, our goal was just to get out there and experience, bro. That was our only goal. Like, we were trading at that time. I didn't have a brand at that time. So all we really had was like, investing and trading. Um, and you obviously need money to put into that. And so we just winged it, bro. Like, to somebody that would be listening to it in that moment, it sounded like the stupidest idea in the world. And so everybody was like projecting all of these fears onto us, bro. But like, bro, never once were we scared of doing it. Like, we never had any fear. Like, we were going into it knowing that we was gonna be good. It was a crazy moment, bro. But I was never scared the whole time. Like, I felt so, I felt so good, bro. I felt so free. You feel me? It was amazing, bro. And so, um, yeah, bro, we got to Cali. We probably had about 10K that we had saved up. When I was back in Columbus, rewinding a little bit, to save up money, I was detailing cars and then DoorDash and Instacart and as much as possible. So like I would be out all day, literally, like just DoorDash and Instacart and like detailing cars at my dad's dealer, at my dad's the dealership he worked at. He was selling cars and then I was detailing cars. And so I would be doing them three things, like just stacking it up, stacking it up, stacking it up. Ended up saving up about like 10K, and then took that same 10K and slid to Cali. Sold my car, so I got some money from that. You know what I'm saying? And then we slid to Cali, so we probably both had like 10K, bro. And I never forget, bro. we get to Cali, and we good, bro. We in there. When we applied for apartments, we had to get fake pay stubs. So we got fake pay stubs. We applied for the apartments, bro. We got approved for one apartment only. We only got approved for one apartment. One. We applied probably like 4 or 5. We went down there to visit apartments, just like to lock in an apartment prior, when we were like just in Columbus saving up money. We were like walking like 30-45 minutes to like apartment views because we weren't old enough to get a rental. Bro, we were just like, oh my gosh, and we were trying to save money, so like we wasn't getting like, we didn't want to Uber and too much because it was expensive in LA to Uber. And so we just is like winging it, bro. We was on a budget. We just winging it. And we got, bro, we applied for like 5. We made fake pay stubs. We got approved for one apartment, bro. And that was the one apartment we moved into. And so, yeah, bro, we drove down there. We got there, bro. We excited. We buying stuff for the house. Bro, probably like 3 months into us being there, the whole 10K, bro, damn near gone. Damn near gone. Like, the whole 10K we had gone. Like, obviously we invested in it into the house. We got rent. California is expensive as hell. So everything costs crazy amounts of money. So we spending money on that. So I had to get a job. So I ended up getting a job at this gym. I got a job at this gym. It's called Esporta Fitness. So I got a job there. And I was working there for probably like a couple months, bro. And I realized while I was working there, first of all, that was the last time I would ever work an hourly job. You know, if I ever have to, God forbid, but if I ever had to go back to working a job ever again in my life, it has to be sales. That was the last time I would ever work an hourly job. California, if you don't know it, is expensive to live, but that does not necessarily mean you get paid way more to balance it out. People think that, and that's not necessarily the truth. A lot of people in California had 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I'd have met some people with multiple jobs, especially if you don't have a degree. And so I didn't have a degree, and I was 18, 19 years old. And so I was working at this gym, bro. I'm probably working like 45 hours, 50 hours a week, and I'm still barely being able to pay my rent. Like I'm probably like a couple of dollars off of like covering all of my expenses. And so I had to figure something out, bro. And God sent me an angel, bro. I never forget. Red, bro. If you ever watched this, bro, I love you to death, bro. But it was this big, tall, ginger, white dude, bro. His name Big Red, and he ended up getting hired at the gym. And right when I needed him too, bro. It's so amazing. Like God is so good. But he ended up getting hired at the gym that I was working at as the GM. And me and him ended up getting really close. We had a lot of the same views, and just our psychology was the same. And I told him, I'm like, bro, like I need a better job. Like this is not cutting it. Like I can barely pay my rent. And he's like, well, I trained this dude that is he's a GM at a dealership, car dealership. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Well, can you plug me in with that? He like, I can plug you if you want to. I'm like, yeah, definitely, let's do it. He's like, all right, cool, meet me there tomorrow. I need a better job too. He's like, I just got in here, but I don't plan on staying long. It's probably like 2 weeks, 3 weeks of us actually being there. He's like, I don't plan on staying long. I need a better job too. We can both go together. I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. So we go, and I'm in there probably like for like 3-4 hours, but they're making me wait. They interview him. They're making me wait. They're making me wait. And eventually they finally interview me. I interviewed the GM, and I get the job. Long story short, I get the job. So it's like, all right, cool. I finally got this new job. In 3 or 4 days, bro, within us starting the job, Red ends up leaving the job. He quits. He said, yeah, schedule not gonna work with mine. I can't work there. I'm quitting. But he like, you stay there. Like, keep working there. Keep doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just sat down, bro, and I'm like, God literally sent me an angel. Because that same, like, first 2 weeks of me working there, I made the most money I ever made in my life at that time, bro. I made $5,000 in 2 weeks with sales. That was the most money I had seen in that time. And that changed my life, and that changed my perspective forever on jobs and just working and just money in general. And that changed everything, bro. I had money now to invest into, my trading, and I had money to now start, a brand and all those things. And so, fast forward, I was working there, and one of my close friends that I actually met in the one semester that I was in college, Nene. The one semester I was there, me and him ended up getting real close, and he ended up hitting me up like, yo, I'm trying to start a brand. I would, I don't know much about business, but I can handle the designing side. I would love for you to be a part of it. And I'm like, bro, let's do it. We can go 50-50 on it. I'll do it with you. Like the perfect fairy tale, partnership story. And so that's where it started, bro. We did it. We was like, all right, cool, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. And so he was, he ended up leaving the school we were at too. It's called Lawrence Tech. So he ended up leaving there too. He ended up going to NCAT, North Carolina A&T. And so he's in NCAT, right? I'm in Cali, and we working, bro. Like, we're not even in the same place, but we working. Like whenever we needed to, we would fly him out to Cali. He'd come. We got videos and shit, all this shit too, bro. I'm gonna post all of this, but we working, bro. And long story short, bro, within the first 8 months of us starting the brand, we grew it to a 6-figure brand. Just prioritizing a lot of influencer marketing. We were on ground. We were going to Cool Kicks. I was in LA, so like I would go drive to LA. We would go to Cool Kicks, bro. Like give out clothes in Cool Kicks. Just do everything we possibly could to move the needle on the brand, bro. And that shit started to work. Like it started to work, bro. Like I said, within the first 8 months of us starting it, we made over $100,000. And that shit changed my life, bro. Like truly, that shit changed my life. And so And it changed my perspective more than like my financial life. You know, like it wasn't even about the finances at that time because a lot of that money, you know, we was like, you know, we was learning. It was learning money. So most of it we barely got to keep because it's like, you know, mishaps happen and all that stuff. And so, but it changed my perspective on life. You know, and I never looked at shit the same, especially money. And so from there, bro, it was history. Like, you know, from there we continued to grow the brand and, you know, more influencer marketing, you know, doubling down on the things that was working and learning a lot of lessons. You know what I'm saying? We learned a ton of lessons, bro, throughout that, you know, in the entire journey of us growing the brand up until where we are now. You know, where now we're just like scaling. You know, it's like just doing more of the things that work, and less of the things that's not working as good, and just continuing to scale and make improvisions, and move, you know, ahead of the market. You know, continue to move ahead of the market. And so, yeah, bro, like that's the journey, man. It was a crazy journey, bro. But like, I don't feel like I truly would be where I am now. And now I'm, you know, now we in the A. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta. I dreamed of being in one of these, like for real, bro. Like I dream, like you know, like it's just amazing, bro. Like it's amazing. And so, um, yeah, bro. Like you know, but for where we are now, I truly, honestly feel like I would have never made it here if I did not take the risks that I took. Like if I was not willing to risk what I was willing to risk at the times that I wouldn't be where I am now, bro. And so that's why, like, for anybody that's watching this and you're like, you know, just starting out or whatever the case may be, bro, like you have to take risks, bro. It's no way around it. Like, I'm not telling you to go drop out of college and, you know, like move to California, but I'm telling you, like, if there's a risk and it's eating at you and you know that it can change your life, bro, like the worst that can happen is you learn from it, you know, like, and some people might not like that advice, but I think that's how you truly become successful. You have to be willing to do the things that people are not willing to do, bro. That's just, it makes sense, you know, like if everybody's willing to do it, then it's obviously not risky enough. You know what I'm saying? But if nobody's willing to do it, then it's like I'm more attracted to those kind of risks, you know, because the potential outcome is going to be a lot larger. It's a lot less crowded. And so, yeah, bro, we just continued to grow from there, bro. I ended up moving we ended up moving to a bigger house and we just continued to grow. By I ended up buying a car, which is the car that I got now. I bought my own car, bro. And I was all of this, bro. It was from I ended up quitting that job that I was working at. All this was just from continuing to grow the brand and then money I had saved from that job. I was eating at that job. Um, and so, yeah, bro, now, like I said, I'm in the A and just been doing a lot of networking recently, bro. Just, you know, networking, continuing to grow the brand. And this was all like, it's so crazy because it's all happening how I said I wanted it to happen. Like, I manifested it and then executed it. Like, my goal was to build my brand behind closed doors. Like, anybody that's finding me right now, bro, you're gonna see that I have no personal following. Like anybody that comes and finds me early, bro, welcome, bro. Like I have no personal following, and I've built a 6-figure brand, bro, with no personal following. Like I can relate to y'all, you know, like I can truly relate to you. Like if you're watching this, you probably have no personal following, bro. I'm not a big time influencer that can use my followers as you know momentum for my drops. Like I got 2,000 followers on the gram, bro. As you know, as this is being recorded, I have 2,000 followers, bro, and I've made well over 6 figures with my business, like pushing 7. And so it's like it's possible, bro. You don't need a face attached to this shit. You don't need big clout. Like you just have to have the right strategies and and the right brand, bro. You just have to have the right aesthetic and the right. It has to all be intentional, but nonetheless, bro, you can do it without those things. And so like now my goal is like I'm here to show you that. And like I said, everything has been happening exactly how I wanted it to. Like my goal was to build my brand faceless. So now it's like I can again be able to give the same knowledge and resources and education that I've been able to learn over the last 3.5 years to you all. It's going to be a lot more valuable to you all now because you feel me? I've done it. I've done what I set out to do. And so it's like my goal was to build it online, which I have now. It has a great online presence. And then now my goal is to take it from online and turn it into a tangible brand. So like a brand that people actually can relate to in real life as far as like seeing me and attaching my face to it and just lost society moving through the world now. That's the goal now. So I'm here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm attaching my face to it now. I'm actually, claiming it. And we are actually claiming it as ours. And y'all will probably see Nene through my content. He ain't really making content yet, heavy yet, but I definitely am, bro. I have a lot of information and knowledge to give to y'all as I've been growing the brand. And I want to just be able to provide y'all with that and continue to provide y'all with my journey now. And so, yeah, we've been heavily focused on making hand-to-hand connections and stuff with the brand. And as we move into 2025, our goal is to continue to do that and just be a lot more on the ground. We've pretty much done a great job with online presence. Now we're looking to also do that same thing on ground as well and build a really strong community-based physical presence. And so, yeah, man, I'm excited to go on this journey with y'all, man. It's extremely exciting for me to be at this phase of my process now, and like I said, just everything coming into fruition. It's beautiful, bro. So, if you're finding me now, bro, welcome to the family. I have nothing but pure, intentions and love to be able to assist as many people as possible as I, humanly can. And so, that's my story, bro. That's my story. That's where we at right now with it. You feel me? I guess we can get into the second part of this, which is going to be getting a brand going in 2025, man. Like I said, I've been making a lot of TikTok content recently, and a lot of people have been liking it. And so I want to go into, just in depth a little bit more on what we can be doing going into 2025, things I've been noticing since I've been in the space, and things that are currently happening right now that I think we can improve on as brand owners, so you guys can see better results. And so, first thing I would say is a lot of brand owners right now are definitely overly obsessed over the products. And so, and I made a video on this on TikTok, and I used the hook that was intriguing, and so people like took it and ran with it. But I'm not saying make shitty products, right? But what I'm saying is that you guys are mostly selling online. Most of you guys are selling, like 90% of your brand is an online brand. You're not doing much in-person events, nothing like that. If you are, then great. Like if your selling point of your product is the product, you need to be in person. Like you need to be doing guerrilla marketing, because it's better for you to sell that product in person. If your selling point of your brand, or that the product that you're making is either a copy and paste from somebody else, or it's not the most standout-ish product, then you need to have an appealing brand attached to it. So I see a lot of brand owners right now. They have cool products that are decent. They're not really standing out crazy. And then their appearance of their brand is terrible. Like they're taking pictures on a wooden floor 1 second, another second they're taking pictures on a stainy floor, and another second they're taking pictures and then their shoes is in it, and another picture is not in it. And so it just has no aesthetic. It has no direction. You can't tell where the brand is headed or who it's for. And so everybody's just like targeting streetwear broad. So I think the smartest thing anybody can do now getting into the space is niche down. The first thing, niche down, choose a specific niche that you're going to target. A lot of the examples I've been given is like a skateboard brand. So if I have a skateboard brand, it's clear who I need to target. It's clear what visuals I need to make. It's clear what type of products I'll probably be making. It's clear where I'm getting my inspiration from for the brand. And so it's easier for me to attack that audience because I can simply go right to it. Versus if I say I'm for I'm a streetwear brand, it's like, okay, well now you leave yourself so much ground to cover. And with a small budget, it's hard to cover that much ground. Like if y'all budget is less than 10K, 10K ain't even shit. Like if y'all got a 10K budget and your goal is to target streetwear, like y'all are in direct, competition with Zara and H&M and Hollister. Like y'all are literally competing in the same market as these brands for the same customers. Like we don't have the budgets to try to make such a broad targeting. So we need to niche our targeting down, which will help us and it'll build more value in our products. by niching down and making it for a specific group of people. So that's the first thing I would recommend anybody that's creating a brand going into 2025. Find a niche that you resonate with and that you feel complements your lifestyle, and adopt that as your brand's identity. Okay. Now, once you detect that, you have something to build on. The next thing you need to do is study your market. You got to do your product research and your market research. So a lot of you guys are just going out on a limb and just doing what you think is going to work. And men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. And so I always recommend anybody new in the space, once you find that niche, to find 5 to 6 other brands in that niche that have been around for 5+ years. And the reason I say 5+ years is because a lot of these brands that we see right now are come and go. Like there's no telling if my brand will be around. I hope it will. And I hope, I'll do the things that I need to hopefully, make sure that it is around. But, you have to test time. Time only will tell. And so brands that have been around for 5+ years, 10 years, these big corporate brands, they're obviously doing something right because they've been able to, overcome setbacks in the market. You know what I'm saying? Every market has a setback, whether it's the stocks or it's clothing. And so you have to make sure that you're mimicking movement of businesses who have stuck around during those setbacks. Obviously, the businesses who have diminished during those setbacks, we don't want to take the same inspiration from those brands. And if we do, the only thing we should be taking from them is what not to do versus what to do. So find a couple other brands that are within your niche that are a lot larger, and understand and mimic their movements. I'm not saying take their products, but I'm saying understand how they are presenting themselves as a brand. Understand their selling points. Look at their content. Understand how they create. Look at their websites, right? Really dissect the brand and see why, or start to understand why these brands are successful. Look at the consistencies throughout these different brands. What are all of them doing? And then what are the things that they're doing differently to make them unique? And so once we do this, we start to be able to conceptualize our image for our brand and how we want to take our approach. It helps us have, again, a foundation to build upon. And so I definitely recommend you guys to do that, right? Find some brands. So you'll find your niche that you want to tend to. And you'll find, a couple of brands in that niche that you can use as inspiration that are larger than you. Once we do those things, we're setting a good foundation at this point. Now it's like, okay, cool. Now I can kind of go into my designing process, and a lot of these things will be a lot more clear for you all. Like y'all are scrambling for inspiration and all these things because we're moving too fast and we're not drawing inspiration from a specific source. And so now, when it comes to making your products, you're just making whatever you see on the internet. You're very easily influenced because you haven't chose where you're going to draw your inspiration for your brand from. So make sure you guys do that. That's a pivotal part right now. I think most brands are falling victim to an identity crisis because they are not taking the time to figure out where they're actually going to be sourcing their inspiration and identity from for their brand. And so marketing becomes, everything becomes an issue at that point. But most brands don't have a marketing issue. They have an identity issue. So identity first, and then marketing becomes easy at that point because you know your audience. Now it's just about figuring out what's the best way to reach that audience, okay? And then what does that audience want? Do they want jeans? Do they want oversized t-shirts? Do they want short? Like, what do they want, right? What is something that's in demand for that audience, okay? And so that's definitely what I would recommend, man, as you go into 2025, okay? To recap that's going to be your niche, all right? Once you have your niche, you want to find brands within that niche that you can take inspiration from. Once you have that, then you can start to look into your designing processes, right? And finding, inspiration for designs. As you're doing that, you want to obviously make sure that, whatever designs you're making correlates with everything. So you'll double check every time you create something new. You want to go back and look and make sure that you're still in alignment, and then, all right, cool. We got our products made. All right, we're getting our photo shoots, done. Okay, cool. Let's look back again. Let's make sure that we're still in alignment, right? If I got a skateboard brand, all right, am I going to do these photo shoots in a park? You know what I'm saying? Or, like it's in a regular park, with a whole bunch of grass, right? And no skateboards. Or am I going to do it at a skate park where it's like everybody's skating and different things of that nature? And so you put your product in the element that you want it to thrive in. And so we start to do these things and we start to build a brand, you know? And at that point, yes, our product matters, but our brand is what's valued. You can't try to put your value in just the product. I mean, products come and go. So that means your value will come and go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll always be chasing something if you try to put your value in a product itself. Louis Vuitton's value is in the name Louis Vuitton. So whatever products they drop, it just has to be within trend and it'll be respected. It has to be relevant, right? But if they try to put their value all into their product, then they're playing a rat race, you know, like they're planning to fail because all it takes is for one product to not hit, and there goes the brand, you know. So we got to make it make sense, man. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying product is not important. Product is definitely important. Product is how we'll, you know, continue to get people to come back and continue to support long term. And some brands, selling point is their product. So again, every brand is different. You don't have to have a selling point. You know, your strongest selling point does not have to be your visuals. Like, one of your strongest selling points can be your product. That's totally fine. Know your selling point, master it. But nonetheless, you have to build a strong and trustworthy brand on the front end. That's first and foremost. And so, yeah, man, you guys just got to be more intentional, and all of us, right? And this is something that we're doing heavily for Lost Society right now. We're going through big revamps on making sure that we're a lot more intentional with our content and how we are, you know, perceiving ourselves to the world. So we are more trusted. You know, a lot of people are, you know, have had bad experiences with small brands to this point, you know, with pre-order methods and all these things. And so if you want to be able to actually get trust from customers, we have to be able to create something on the front end that is very trustworthy. And I can trust you a little bit more if I can tell you spent a lot of time and money on your content, on your visuals, versus like I can tell if it took you 5 seconds to do a skit, you know? So just be more intentional, man. Create something that's truly an art piece on the front end, and people will trust you. People will buy from you, and they'll, you know, some people might not even be in love with the products, but they'll simply support you just because they love the brand. So yeah, bro, find a selling point, lock in on that selling point. Now, once you guys do that, marketing, okay, let's just address the elephant in the room. A lot of people talk about marketing and how they have a marketing issue. I think one of the biggest things with marketing is people try to do too many forms of marketing. So once you do have a good identity, right, and you know the direction you're moving in, you know who your target audience is, don't spread your money thin trying to prioritize influencer marketing, meta ads, content creation, pop-up shops. You're spreading your attention and time and money way too thin, okay? Like I said, a lot of us are working on lower budgets, and so it's smarter to choose one marketing strategy, right? I want to refer a brand, Billionaire Studios, shout out to Bill. He prioritized heavily influencer marketing and really mainly on ground marketing, guerrilla marketing. And because he prioritized guerrilla marketing, influencer marketing just obviously happened organically, just with him being in person. But I mean, he was going to every pop-up shop, like, you know what I'm saying? He's driving to every pop-up shop he can possibly get his hands on, and he started to dominate that form of marketing. Nobody was doing it as much as him. So to see where he is now is I'm not surprised, because we saw that entire process of him doing those things and sacrificing as much as he did to make it to these different events. And so that shows, like, he probably don't know a lot about ads. He probably tell you himself, but you know what I'm saying? Like, his strategy worked for what he was doing, period. And so it's a million ways to skin a cat, but you have to focus on one. Focus on one, don't focus on all of them. So if you're somebody who likes to be more in person and likes to shake hands and likes to network and, you know, in person, or you have a product that is a selling point in itself, you know that your product is a selling product. Like, that product, you put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it, and you just love design. Like, that's your passion. You're a designer. That's what you do. You make good ass products, but you might not be the best at making crazy content. You need to prioritize guerrilla marketing, in-person marketing, because you have a really good product, and you want to get that really good product in front of as many people as possible in person, because that's your value. Know your selling point, right? If you are somebody who loves content creation, maybe you like to make YouTube videos, you want to stream, you're just really into the content creation side, then that's probably going to be your smartest way, making connections with other influencers and content creators, making content for yourself, and using a face image to build your brand, right, through content creation. If that is maybe not you, maybe you're somebody who likes to, utilize influencer marketing. You want to build a faceless brand. All right, cool. Well, if you want to build a faceless brand, influencer marketing is going to be your best route, right? And so, all right, cool. Reaching out to influencers, exactly how I did. I built my brand through influencer marketing and paid advertisement. I wanted to build a faceless brand. So I focused on that one strategy, right? I honestly don't believe in running ads unless you have organic traction, at least some organic traction, because that's like putting growing food on a plant that you give no water to. Like, you'll kill the plant. And so you still need organic traction. So I highly recommend prioritizing an organic source of traction first, and then using your ads as a addition to that. You don't want to just start to depend and rely solely on ads. That's a really bad habit to build. And so, yeah, bro, you figure out what route is intriguing and is smart for you and your brand, and it's going to complement your product and your brand identity. And then you do that, bro, and you continue to do that until you master it. And that alone will fix 90% of you guys' marketing, problems. You just focused on too much. Focus on one thing, prioritize that one thing, and you'll see a lot better results when it comes to marketing. Okay, so I want to drop too much gems on y'all. You feel me? Too early. It's the first video, but yeah, man. For anybody entering the market in 2025, those are a few tips that I would give you to make sure that you're on the right path. All right. Like I said, man, I'm excited for this journey. This is a little bit of a longer video. I hope y'all like it. I'll make sure I cut a little bit of it out, but yeah, bro, I'm gonna make sure I'm posting as consistent as possible. If you like this video, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It feels good to say that. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'll make sure I put all of my links down below, Instagram links, TikTok links, anything like that, man. If anybody needs any assistance furthermore, feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to book a call with you guys. I do free calls, and so as long as I can do it, I'm doing it, man. If you guys need me, just let me know, man. Comment new video ideas down below as well, to give me some inspiration for for videos you guys want to see. And yeah, man, I see y'all in the next video, man. I love y'all. Let's get it.